Hey team, come and chat. Give you a couple of minutes to join me. Let me know what's been happening with you today. If you're on StreamYard, give StreamYard your permission so I can see your name, who's commenting, and if you're on the replay, hashtag replay. So coming to you tonight about non-woo-woo body connection. Now I say that because I'm not a woo-woo person at all. I'm a very logical person, but I want to share with you how to tune into your body connection in terms of telling things that work for you and don't work for you. And again, I apologize for the bleeping. Everything's on silent and I still can't figure out this bleeping. I might actually go to the Apple store and say, stop it doing that, please, and see what they say. But yeah, come on, let me know how you're doing. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Foodie Leaf. How are we doing this evening? I know my days disappeared. Standard, right? Days disappear. We'll give a couple more seconds. Remember, if you're on the StreamYard, give permission so I can see in the comments who you are. Helps us to show the comments too. All right, let's get into it. Non-woo-woo body connection. Now, I think typically when we say woo-woo, we think of the kind of spiritual side. We think of the side where people are kind of meditation side, crystals, the third eye, that kind of mantra around body connection. But as I said, I'm non-woo-woo, so I'm going to give you the practical side of body connection. And what I'm talking about here is the foods that work for you and don't work for you, and really tuning into that. And I'm talking about tuning into your hunger cues, your energy, your feel-good vibes, and where you're at in your tiredness. And how you do that, look at what you've had for breakfast this morning. What did you have for breakfast? You might be like, oh my God, I can't even remember. What did you have for breakfast and how did you feel after it? The chances are you might not have noticed if you're hustling to work. You might not even notice. But this morning, how was your energy levels when you woke up? How was your energy, your focus, your concentration after breakfast? Did you need to eat anything between breakfast and lunch? Or actually were you quite satisfied? And then when you had your lunch, how did you feel after lunch? Did you feel energized? Did you feel in a slump? Did you feel low energy? Maybe you found it hard to focus this afternoon. And then thinking between lunch and dinner, again, how was your energy? How did you feel between lunch and dinner? Did you get munchies at 3 o'clock? Did you get energy slump? Feel like you maybe needed to hit up the coffee, the biscuits? How did you feel between lunch and dinner? What was the vibes? What was the energy? What was the overall body mood? And then hopefully you've had dinner. And if you've just had dinner, and depending on what time, it's about 7:30 here. So if you just had dinner, how are you feeling now? What's your energy like? Yes, we're getting towards the end of the day, but do you feel like the food gave you energy? Do you feel a bit depleted, a bit low, a bit fed up? What is your mood? So what I want you to do for the tomorrow is really tune in to your energy. So when you wake up in the morning, how are you feeling? Where's your energy at? When you have breakfast, how's your energy? How's it at? Sharon was like, last week my energy was through the roof. Exactly that. And we'll touch on that with hormones in a second. So with breakfast, think about 1 or 2 hours afterwards. Am I hungry? Am I getting cravings? Or has it lifted me up? Do I feel good? Have I got good focus and good memory? And then when you have lunch, assuming you've not snacked in between, if you had a snack, again, how did that snack make you feel? Did it give you energy? Did it make you feel slumpy? What was that snack like? What did it give you? And then when you come to your lunch, thinking 1 or 2 hours after lunch, are you getting a slump? Are you getting the 3 p.m. munchies? What's the energy after you have lunch? And then the same for dinner. How is your energy? So really tuning into how the foods are fueling your body that you're choosing. And like I say, that's not woo, that is totally just listening and going, I had that, I feel rubbish. It's like I say to people, I can't remember last time I had a Chinese, but Angela on the feed in my Healthy Well Women group, she was saying about she had a Chinese and she hadn't had Chinese for ages and she really enjoyed it. I was like, yeah, but how did you feel after it? I was like, did you get energy slow? And she's like, yeah, I felt totally wiped of energy. I didn't feel great at all the next day. And that is the power of the body connection because we can look at blaming other things. We can think work's stressful, we're a bit fatigued, we're not sleeping very well. And we can look at blaming other things in terms of having low energy and feeling a bit down, a bit rubbish. But actually, it's what we're fueling our body with. It's that old saying, right? You wouldn't give your plants Diet Coke. So why are you drinking Diet Coke? It's that thing of saying that you wouldn't feed cake to your dog, so why are you eating the cake? So it's listening to what's serving you. And I'm not saying you can't have these things things ever, but really tune into how they make you feel. And I'm not talking about you beating yourself up and going, oh, Sharon's like, oh, just ate that cake, I didn't even want it, but I still had it. And I'm not talking about Angela going, oh, I didn't really want the Chinese, but I had it and now I feel rubbish. I'm talking about the fact that it's about your energy and tuning into how it fuels your body or depletes your energy. So food can either fuel you or deplete you, but the human body is made to seek energy. Everything around food is about seeking energy for us to actually breathe, our body do all its normal functions, go search for food, whatever it is we want to do. Our whole system is built around seeking energy and using energy. But if we seek energy that depletes our energy, chances are we're going to have more of that thing and it's not going to serve us, and we end up overeating, eating more calories, then we can't be bothered moving because we're feeling tired and sluggish, and we're in that cycle of not moving, over consuming calories, and before you know it, the weight keeps creeping up and creeping up. So the real power in weight loss, and I always say this to my clients, Sharon will know this, is around tuning into the foods that work for you and what doesn't. Now, that doesn't mean that I, for example, I'm very in tune with that now. I've been doing it for many, many years, probably 6-7 years now. In fact, probably more like 8. But I'm very in tune with that now. But it doesn't mean I still don't have the things. You know, I might have the chippy and then regret it afterwards and go, why did I do that? Next day I wake up with a chippy hangover. It's that thing about I will still have those foods, but it helps me in making choices about what I do and do not want to eat. And when I go out or when I'm around family, and it's not about being rude and going, oh, you don't want that thing. It's about, you know, I had a hot dog party with my nephew's birthday the weekend. And I was like, I know they're going to have like a kind of cheap bread product. So I had like 1.5 hot dogs and then I ate just a hot dog and that were bit. So it's that whole thing about tuning into what's going to work for you. And I avoided these giant pretzel things with dips as well. And I completely avoided them because I was like, there's no danger of eating that. I really don't want to feel rubbish. So it's about going, what makes me feel lit up? What makes me feel good? What gives me energy? Not just whilst I'm eating it, because get chocolate, let's be real, chocolate will give you a bit of a boost if you're like, oh, I'm treating myself, I'm having the chocolate. But after 10 minutes, you're going to feel rubbish. So it's that whole thing about going, right, what food lifts me up? What food gives me energy? What makes me feel good right now? Half an hour after, 2 hours after. And am I craving something? Am I looking for something else to eat? Okay, so if it's fueling your body, it should satisfy you, keep you full, give you energy, and you feel good about yourself. That is the key. If you're having foods that are the opposite to that, you're going to feel low in energy. You're going to be like, I can't be bothered doing anything. You might even be staring into space. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. We all do it at times. You might be staring into space, just feeling a bit rubbish. And then you feel like you're looking for a pick-me-up, the coffee, the chocolate, the crisps, just something to give you that boost. And once you tap into the foods that work for you and give you energy versus the foods that deplete you, it's then about maintaining that. And maintaining that is the secret to long-term weight loss because it helps you make healthy options. People are like, Julie, you're so good at your choices. I'm not good at my choices. I just choose not to have the things that make me feel rubbish. Ultimately, that's what it is. And that's not to the nth degree that I don't have any ultra processed food, to the nth degree that I don't ever have any fizzy drinks. It's about picking and choosing what I'm comfortable with having and what I'm not comfortable with having. And then we're going to layer on top of that. Okay, so that's your body connection. Let's call it 3 weeks of the month. Then we've got our hormones that come into play, okay? So I'm not going to lie, it's going to be different when you're premenstrual. Your body will crave more water, more hydration. And if you're not good at drinking your water, get on it. It'll make a world of difference to your symptoms. And you would have caught my live yesterday. So many different reasons to drink water. So I'm not going to repeat it. Go and check out that live yesterday. And it's going to make you seek the chocolate. It's going to make you seek the comfort because you're in that winter zone. You're in the winter zone of that hibernation. You're not very sociable. You don't want to try a lot of new things and you're seeking comfort. So that's perfectly normal. So just hi, Verena. So it's that thing that's perfectly normal to be in that place within your premenstrual. So tune into that again. What is it you're craving? Focus on your protein for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner when you're hormonal. Then snack-wise, look at getting the dark chocolate in, the 70% plus without the flavour bits, because the flavour bits will make you eat more. Keep hydrated, get the protein in, and yes, if you fancy the chocolate, have it. If you fancy the crisp, have it. but restrict yourself to a single packet opposed to a full grab bag. Because if you're going to have the grab bag, let's face it, you're going to eat them all. You're not going to portion control. And that's where overeating comes in. And sometimes when we're hormonal, it's like we can't eat enough. We just can't get enough. Protein is your friend. Even if it's snacking on some boiled eggs, even if it's having a chicken breast, snacking on boiled eggs, chicken breast, fruit during your hormonal time will help you get over that I need the munchies. And tune into your sleep. We're more tired around that time too. So sleep can mean the brain goes, hang on a minute, Verena, I'm tired. So if you're going to want to keep me going, you need to feed me and fuel my body. So the brain is very clever and saying, well, if you want to keep me awake, you're going to give me more calories. It's calorie hungry. The brain is the most hungry organ in our whole body. So if you're tired and you're not letting the brain rest, it's going to go, feed me. So that's where fruit, raw veg, and protein become your friend. And of course, team, always make sure you're dehydrated. Alrighty, so that's it for this evening on Body Connection. Like I say, no woo-woo stuff. It's about tuning into the foods that work for you, that give you energy, the foods that deplete you, tuning into your hormone hunger cues, and fueling the body appropriately at that time. And when you tune in and figure out the foods that work for you and what don't, that's what helps you make healthy choices, and that's what's going to help you have healthy long-term weight loss. Any questions? It's Coach Julie. Drop in my DMs. Let me know if you've got any questions on that. But like I say, there's no woo-woo. There's no fancy supplements, no products around it. It's literally you checking in with how you feel after meals and looking at what you're craving, looking at what's depleting you, and that is the key to long-term healthy weight loss. Thank you for joining, team. I will catch you again tomorrow. Like I say, in the DMs, any questions on nutrition, fitness, life in general, drop me a note and I shall catch you guys tomorrow. Take care. Have a good night.